Yeah, you like that, you ducking retard? It took my so as if that will make me change my mind and hop on your D instead. Discuss their muscles, sexual prowess, how much they can drink before puking, how much they drank last night before they puked. Holy it, I'm so happy I don't do any of these things. Maybe it's because I'm a pussy and don't approach any women. Immediately bragging or showing off within 5 minutes of conversation. That includes how much you make, your job, etc. One guy at a bar last week grabbed my arm to shout in my ear, "I had cancer when I was a kid." Yeah, don't do that. Crazy driving. Maybe once I've known you for a while and understand that you have total control of your car, it'll be more comfortable with you driving fast and reckless. But until then, showing me how you can drift around a corner just makes me think you're being reckless with my life. Please stop. Edit. Yeah. I once went on a second date with a guy who came to pick me up. I live in apartments and try to be super considerate of my neighbors all the time. As soon as I get in his car he starts revving his engine super loud. A, I'm not impressed by that whatsoever, and B, I'm sure none of my neighbors appreciated the noise. That was our last date. Bash on women. It literally makes no sense, but it's so common. Tell me how many girls they have slept with. Most of the time they are lying. And if they aren't, then EWW. Pick up a guitar during a party and play Wonderwall. For your information, I'm not a girl, but I cringe when guys thinks that would actually impress a girl. Constantly call me sexy, beautiful, etc. when they've just met me. Example, hey, what's up? I think you're sexy as hell. We should hang out. It makes me feel like a piece of meat and makes you look shallow. One time a guy was showing me some picture he took on his phone. As he's scrolling, tons of nudes from other girls pop up in his camera roll. Like, WTF dude, this is our first date. I don't want to see sketchy pictures like that. At least save them to another album. Edit. We did not go on another date. If a guy is trying to impress me, I'm probably too busy being impressed that they're making the effort. Having said that, the last guy to chat me up kept bringing up the fact that he's read all the Game of Thrones books and so is never surprised by the TV show. I failed to see why this was such a huge point of pride. But I guess literacy is never a bad thing. Went out with a dude I got set up with. He seemed okay, albeit not my type. But I'm like, whatever, we'll eat and have an alright time. Nope. We get to the restaurant and as soon as Latina waitress leaves, he starts spewing all of this garbage about Mexicans, saying they're lazy and that he wanted a new server. Awful. I just looked at him, went lamento scene to sassy, and broke out of there. TLDR. Racism does not make me wet. I once had a guy tell me way too many giraffe jokes, but I forgave him. He was hot. He wore a shirt with 2 arrows pointing to his biceps that said "Welcome to the gun show." Cringe and laugh. They ask me if they can help me with my math homework because I'm holding a math book. I then explain to them that I'm a college professor and don't need their help. A man once bragged about how many women he had slept with, and without transition, asked me out on a date. He went from talking about Pounds Town to asking me downtown. It was, sadly, not a joke. One-upping traditionally male interests. Him. So what did you get up to this weekend? Me. Nothing much. Some video games and hanging out with my cat. Him. What games do you play? Me. RPGs. Mostly. I was playing Skyrim. Him. RPGs are so lame, but I love gaming. I was playing COD with my buddies the other day and IT was sick. Me. Oh cute, oh cute, oh cute, oh cute. Trying to be classy when it's sexy time. It's just creepy. True story. My now husband and I were getting busy in the shower. He was giving me some fingering action and after checking out the goods he blurted out, "MMMM, you're really starting to blossom." The muffin shop immediately closed its doors until further notice over that little chestnut. I wasn't ducking creepy uncle that night. 1. For some reason at the university I go to, it's a really big thing for guys to brag about how broke they are. This is almost always at the bars where they are spending copious amounts of money on drinks. Ah man, I'm so broke. I have like no money and that's why I'm drinking hams all night. It's not impressive and coming from a low income background it pisses me off. No, you are not broke and if you are it's only because you're walking around in expensive clothes and going to bars every night. People who are actually dirt poor do not brag about it. Why is this a thing to brag about? 2. Trying to act like they know more about a subject than they really do. People know when you're bulleting. I respect people more for humbly saying I don't actually know very much about that so I can't comment. In the same vein, acting like there's no possible way I could know more about math or science or politics than them because I have tits and a V. 3. Wow, girls who look like you usually aren't this smart. Good for you. Why would you want to worry your pretty little head with grad school? Negging is not a good strategy for picking up quality women. Move on to the fall over drunk ones who are barely coherent enough to notice how awful you are if you want to continue these actions. Guys at the gym that start grunting and thrusting dramatically while working out when a female is present. There was a guy at my college for a semester that would lift his shirt and show girls his third nipple. We all thought he had Asperger's, so it was really painful to watch. When guys give me a resume, or tell me why I should date them, I'm real buff. I'll treat you real nice. I make lots of money. I'll buy you gifts. Like I'm some sort of a shallow brainless twit that is looking to hire a boyfriend. I don't like loud obnoxious guys. Sure, if we're at a bar and you're drunk and yelling that's one thing. But to just be loud and obnoxious all the time embarrasses me. If we're getting coffee the people at the other end of the patio shouldn't know what we're talking about. Equating their worth or validity as a human being with their car, in any way whatsoever, its make, its model, its size, etc. I once had someone introduce themselves to me as I'm so and so. I drive a Lamborghini. He was bright, intelligent, charming, successful, and didn't have a clue about himself. Please someone say playing the guitar at a party. Ugh. I am a guy and a touring musician. And yay, sometimes I'll be at a party and another musician friend will pull out a guitar to show another friend something he's been writing for a brief moment and usually they'll go in another room. But when I see Chad Bro Chill 17 whip out that first act acoustic and start playing Under the Bridge by RHCP trying to swoon all the ladies, I'm mere inches away from grabbing it and breaking it in half. This might just be me, but talking about how much you work out, sometimes it's not even subtle. In the middle of a conversation about Harold and Kumar please don't shout, and I can bench press, like, 130 pounds. I just thought you should know. Also, sending a friend over to talk to me for you. I thought that sort of thing would stop well after high school. I'm amazed how many guys my age still do this. Shyness can be sweet, but really, I'm not going to eat you. Also, please don't tell me that for a girl. I'm actually really cool. Edit. Guys, I know that's not a lot of weight. That's just a random example. I have no idea if the last guy who said that actually said 130 pounds or not. I'm exaggerating. Sheesh. I got my Magnum condoms. I got my wad of hundreds. I'm ready to plow. The whole but I'm a nice guy act. If you really were a nice guy you wouldn't have to tell me that. When they say, I could be with any girl right now, but I chose you. God bless you. OMG, so blessed. Constant sexual talk. I'm quite open to flirting. Sexy talk sometimes, but it doesn't have to be a part of every single conversation. D-pics. I'm 37. On OkCupid and 2 days ago a dude tried to send me one a day after we'd exchanged phone numbers to arrange a date. He is in his late 30s early 40s. Seriously dude, we haven't even met. WTF. Follow me around the gym and strategically place yourself where I can see you lift. I'm busy, bro. Also, to the one guy who found it necessary to do one-armed rows right at the foot of my bench with 100-pound dumbbells. You drop it on my foot I will end you. Not impressive. Annoying as duck. When I didn't have a 360, I played the Mass Effect series at the rec center at my school. In the heat of a battle in ME2, this bespectacled young man sits next to me and informs me that I'm using my sniper rifle wrong. It's okay, though, because he's here to help. Actually, People have paid him for his video gaming advice before, so I'm lucky I'm getting it for free. Spoiler, as if that weren't obnoxious enough, though, he talked all the way through the cutscene where Legion joins your party. Insulting their friends and being a douchebag. Oops, I dropped my Magnum condoms for my monster dong. Anything, really? That's done, said solely to impress. It's dreadfully transparent. It was an isolated incident, at least, but one guy said to me, "You should check out this John Mayer song. My mom and I listen to it all the time." Edit, a word. Bring an acoustic guitar to wherever they are and start playing it. My V shuts like a trap. Talent is great, but being a Wonderwall show-off is not. Also, don't write me poetry, I'm embarrassed for you. I've had a startling amount of guys try to one-up me on subjects like music and film, especially alternative music, for some reason. Even if they do know loads more than me, I don't give a shit. I want to have a discussion, not a competition, you know. Went on one date with a guy. He'd been an extra in some movie where he'd actually had a line addressed to the main character. Now, don't get me wrong, that's neat and we're seeing the movie after dinner just for that 15-second part, but the guy seriously couldn't talk about anything else, unless it was how famous he is now, or the autographs he thought he'd be signing after we watched it. He spent the entire meal talking about himself and this 2 days of his life. I only felt a little bad when we watched the movie and his scene had been cut. Quick guys, take down notes of everything not to do. Jesus Christ, the stories in this thread make me sound amazing. Hello, ladies. I solve all of these problems by not being able to talk to women in the first place. I'm perfect. I should write a book on how not to pick up women. Also, I think I have tried dating some of you. Sorry. Sounds like I just need to get over the whole approach anxiety and I should be set for a good time. Judging from the stupid ad my competitors are pulling. Holy moly.